hell of a, she's so fine. Hell of a, blows my mind. Hell of a, lights my day.
What's good, guys? Today is Thursday, September the 17th, 2020. And I know this video is going to be regarding the Kenneka Jenkins case, okay? I know there's going to be some unhappy people about this video, but I've really had enough of it because this Instagram account, Yo Stay Woke, has put out so many false things regarding the Kenneka Jenkins case that it has to stop somewhere. And so I'm going to show you where some of these people are getting some of these outlandish things that are being said. And it's some of the YouTubers that you would be surprised. I'm not going to say I've never looked at this page, because I have. But anything that's been on there, I've always had to do a check on, because you got to consider the source. And I don't know who this person is. They're kind of toying around with who they are. Regardless, let's get to it. This is the first post on this account. And it is from February the 24th of 2018. And it says, "This is also what I felt from the start when I started digging into the KJ confusion. The real Kenneka is alive. That one of the Kenneka doubles got tricked thinking she's getting paid, but she was one of the targets to die that night. I also feel that Eugenia, aka Gina Lopez, died same night as that Kenneka double at Crown Plaza Hotel before the car accident, along with other people who died at that hotel whose real names I don't know. Some people are saying deceased Eugenia, was put in the freezer with the deceased Kenneka double and another deceased girl. But they show us photos of the deceased Kenneka double in the freezer after they took out the other bodies. What if the girl in the casket is Eugenia Walker, aka Gina Lopez? Saying this because the girl in the casket's chest was about Gina's size, who has a bigger chest than the Kenneka double that died that night. However, I don't have the energy to look into it because there are too many layers of lies in the KJ confusion. And those connected to the KJ confusion knew exactly what they are doing. They all knew some people were getting murdered that night, and the survivors got paid for it." Excuse me. There's 4 pages to this, so let's flip over. "They are telling us on mainstream media TV. That's when I realized mainstream media is involved in the cover-up, and I feel Teresa Martin, Carl Nesbitt, Monifa, T.Y., Tanasia, Crown Plaza Hotel, Rosemont Police, Chicago Mayor, so-called Kenneka's friends, Chicago gang members, funeral home, mainstream media, some YouTubers, Zach and Gray Hughes, video editor in charge of Target surveillance, helped edit the Crown Plaza surveillance footage because CP sent it to them, security guard, a crooked nurse, crooked doctor, and other high-level Freemasons, Eastern Stars, working in the government were involved in causing and or covering up her death, and at least 2 other deaths, plus more. Her, Eugenia Walker, aka Gina Lopez, some other people from that hotel room, the black dude that was waiting for elevator who looked scared, some other people we saw on the surveillance footage. Teresa was trying to move up the ladder as an Eastern Star to be famous and for financial gain, whereas CP Hotel wanted so-called Kenneka's organs to sell them because they involved in organ harvesting. I also feel CP Hotel hires gangs and some cops to do their dirty..." Well, doesn't go to the next page right there. Oh, here it is. Here it is. Do their dirty work by having them murder people on a regular basis for their organs. Teresa Martin and so-called Kenneka Martin's so-called friends never told us the deceased real name to protect themselves. By the way, Teresa Martin isn't her birth names, aka government names. Teresa went by different names years ago. Another YouTuber called Real Yvonne posted a screenshot of court documents of lawsuits where Teresa was being sued for insurance fraud, and her address then, when she was sued, is also listed as her current address. When she Googled her current address, it's listed as a cleaning service, but they don't tell you what they are cleaning. Okay, that's what this person posted, this 4-page screenshot of something. And they posted underneath the picture, click on my Instagram for additional information. Kenneka Jenkins is name of a character played by at least 3 different black girls. I don't think her real name is Kenneka Jenkins because she's not listed in the U.S. Social Security Death Index. And then there's a bunch of hashtags. Hashtag Kenneka Jenkins, hashtag J4K, hashtag Kenneka Martin, hashtag JFK, hashtag Justice for Kenneka, hashtag Crisis Actor, hashtag Stay Woke, music, melanin, natural hair community. What that has to do with anything, I'll never know. Black girls, black women, black girls rock, black hair grows. Again, no clue what that has to do with anything. Black girl magic, hashtag 4chair, hashtag Chicago, Freemasons, Eastern Stars, Monifa Shelton, Shemaya Winder, Selena Gomez, Ty Rowland, Bree, Irene Roberts, Crown Plaza Hotel, Carl Nismet, Tanasia Walker, Zach TV 1, Zach TV. Now there's one comment on this, and the comment just says, yep, she moved up higher in rank after sacrificing someone. Alright. Now, I'm just simply showing you some of the things that this person posts. And so you can see for yourself where this stuff is coming from. I'm not saying everything's coming from here, but this person, a lot of YouTubers that you would be surprised actually listen and pay attention to this person. Now, so in essence, what she's saying is it was a Kenneka double, and that there are several other people that died at the Crown Plaza that night, none of which I can find any record of. And trust me, I have searched and combed through everything I could possibly comb through. I know in the police reports, it does have a victim page that lists a couple of victims, and one of them is Kenneka Jenkins. Of course, because she, in my very humble opinion, was murdered that night. But also, you have to consider that credit card fraud also results in a victim. And if there were several cards, that would be several victims. So, I just wanted to toss that out there as well. Now, moving on up. They also posted this. Same day. And it says, Part 2 of previous status. Real name of murder victim in the Kenneka Jenkins deception. Now, if you've been on the scene for long enough, when you hear Kenneka Jenkins deception, that makes you think of a certain YouTuber. Alright. I noticed every time mainstream media, Teresa Martin, Rosemont Cops, showed a photo of Teresa Martin's so-called daughter, they showed only photos of her when she was a kid, instead of her current photo as an adult. And other times they showed photos or footage of 3 different black females. If parents' adult daughter goes missing because she's not a kid, and so No, goes missing. They usually show their current photo as an adult because she's not a kid, so that it's easy to find their daughter. The reason why Teresa Martin and her employers didn't want us to see the current photo of her so-called daughter is because everyone would notice she's alive. Her name or nickname never been Kenneka Jenkins. Her daughter's name is Kendra Coleman. And the entire thing was a reenactment for something sinister they were covering up. Murder, organ harvesting, and for Teresa Martin to move up the ladder in Masonry. This explains Teresa's detached behavior when she was signaled by cops to identify her so-called daughter's body at Crowne Plaza Hotel, as shown on the hotel security camera footage. All the people you see on mainstream media connected to this so-called Kenneka Jenkins case are crisis actors. This includes those saying they were friends with Kenneka Jenkins because it's just a character that doesn't exist. It goes on the next page to say part 3 of Kenneka Jenkins' deception. I finally watched the rest of the Crowne Plaza Hotel surveillance footage. Instead of posting the entire video that's 36 hours, I found videos that show footage you need to know about the Crowne Plaza Hotel. By the time I was done watching the surveillance, I said how many people were murdered that night. If they are just taking out garbage from the kitchen, why do they need a lookout to make sure nobody is in the corridors before they drag out the garbage? If they are innocent, why are they editing people out? And there's so much more suspicious activities shown on surveillance by some hotel staff and some hotel guests. They are up to no good. The footage on the surveillance is one of the reasons I say stay away from Crowne Plaza Hotel. Don't even eat there. Why did the medical examiner flee the USA after she completed the autopsy report of the deceased that was in the freezer? Why did the security guard from that night suddenly return to his home country forever after that night? They knew they were an accomplice to their satanic activities. According to some people that I asked about the Crowne Hotel kitchen, who work in the hospitality industry, the kitchen in the surveillance footage doesn't look like a commercial kitchen found in most restaurants and hotels. This female YouTuber is right on most of what, and then it cuts off. And again, under this, it says, click on my Instagram for additional information. Kenneka Jenkins is the name of a character played by at least 3 different black girls. I don't think her real name is Kenneka Jenkins because she's not listed in the U.S. Social Security Death Index. Or Teresa's daughter's name is Victoria, aka Diamond B. Also known, and this is not on here, but also known as Girl's Best Friend. And I do follow her on Instagram. And then there's a bunch of the same hashtags. So you can kind of see how they're laying it out for you. Alright. Same day. This one says, this is just one post. Did anyone notice what Shemaya says from 28 seconds in of this video? And then there's a link. It says Shemaya, quote, I did not know that girl's hair was that damn long in that girl's head, end quote. Kenneka, quote, who? End quote. Shemaya goes off camera. Kenneka looks at her and then turns back to the camera. Shemaya lays back down and says, quote, I laid that, and I'm not saying that word, in the freezer, end quote. Kenneka tries to mask what is said by saying, quote, yo, 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 end quote. And at 7 minutes and 32 seconds of the same video, Shemaya says, quote, oh yeah, when we go to that CP and that girl knew not to say MF nothing to me. That's why she looked and kept going, end quote. Kenneka starts stroking her hair, uncomfortable with what is being said. Then Shemaya adds, quote, slap the fuck out you bitch, end quote. And Kenneka gives her the side eye, like, why you dry snitching on this live? I believe when Shemaya said CP, she was referring to Crown Plaza. Some believe that live from 2015, as Kenneka is saying to Shemaya, you're pregnant and you're going to be put up all 2016, and Shemaya says it's better to be pregnant in winter. Apparently, this scenario had supposedly happened 2 years ago, and that would make sense, as all we see is pictures and videos of Kennekas, plural, from other times, but have never seen one clear picture or video of her from the so-called party. I do think she is alive. When the last text sent was, quote, I'm ready to go, end quote, I think that was code for the new identity to come into, and that's where it left off. And I could assume what it says, but I'm not going to do that. So, I believe if you've been on the scene long enough, you know which video this is. I'll try to find it and link it. But I will say, just in my opinion, the part down there that says all we see is pictures and videos of Kenneka's blah 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 blah. I've never seen one clear picture or video of her from the so-called party, and I think that's pretty debatable. But yeah, I'm gonna leave that alone. But I wanted you guys to see this. That's my whole MO with this. I want you guys to see where a lot of this stuff is coming from. All right, on to the next post. Same day. So this may be the carryover of this. No, it doesn't look like it. This one says, it starts out just like this. Protection, and that Kenneka Jenkins isn't her real name. But I say Kenneka so they all know who I'm talking about. The hotel staff helped edit the reenactment, surveillance footage, to make people think Kenneka was walking in the kitchen and hallway. In fact, the girl that helped edit delete after some surveillance footage was at the same Crown Plaza hotel room party as so-called Kenneka Jenkins' friends. Target also helped edit CP hotel footage. That's not KJ walking in the kitchen, the hallways, and in the bathroom with Monifa. Pay attention to the body shapes and hair. Kenneka is a skinny, skinny girl that has small hips and never wears fake eyelashes. Whereas the doubles have thick thighs, big hips, have different belly button rings, or they don't have same tattoo as so-called Kenneka. Or tattoo is in a different spot. The quote Kenneka, end quote, in the bathroom with Monifa isn't same as the quote Kenneka, end quote, walking in hallways and kitchen. Quote Kenneka, end quote, in the bathroom has longer thin hair than the quote Kenneka, end quote, walking hallways and kitchen who has long thick hair. Tanasia is the quote Kenneka, end quote, walking in hallways and kitchen doesn't have white nail polish. Tanasia was wearing a shiny, huge watch at the party and can also be seen on surveillance footage while she's pretending to be Kenneka in the hallways. Tanasia and Bianca were so-called Kenneka's friends. Tanasia is Ty Rowland's stepbrother. I think it should be Ty Rowland is Tanasia's stepbrother. TY went live at that Crown Plaza hotel room party. By the way, Crown Plaza Hotel is involved in organ harvesting and prostitution. And that's when it cuts off. And again, the same post underneath this, except they've added another sentence. that says the Kenneka double standing next to Monifa in video selfie is Bianca Melanie Cooper. Now, I'm going to show you who Bianca Melanie Cooper is. Actually, it says Copper, but I'm pretty sure her last name is Cooper. And, of course, I can't find her on Facebook. So, I will try to remember to look at her on Instagram and see if there's anything. Alright, moving on. Now, this is from the same date. February 24th, 2018. They are female Freemasons, aka Eastern Stars, from the actions of those connected to the KJ confusion. In their post, I believe they Eastern Stars or Freemasons before I watched any YouTuber talking about the Kenneka Jenkins confusion and before I saw this. Researching the KJ confusion led me to finding out that Crown Plaza Hotel is involved in organ harvesting, which means they killing some people for their organs and prostitution. It was like going down the rabbit hole. The Crown Plaza Hotel secrets are they are involved in organ harvesting, targeting hotel guests to be murdered, cannibalism, prostitution. The Chicago cops are in their pockets, and they sometimes hire gangs to do their dirty work. With that said, although I feel Kenneka is alive because she isn't listed in the U.S. Social Security Death Index, I believe many people died that night. The girl in the freezer isn't Kenneka because she's a thick, curvy girl with a different belly button ring from Kenneka. The Kenneka doubles were also thick, curvy girls. Kenneka is a skinny girl with a distinct belly button ring that sparkles like a white diamond stud earring. I knew they were lying to us when they used mainstream media to show us different black girls calling them Kenneka Jenkins. Now I want to show you a picture of Kenneka. This is a picture of Kenneka standing with Breebury. Now there's no way in hell you can tell me that Kenneka was a skinny, thin girl with no shape. I'm sorry, you can't tell me that. You can look at this picture and obviously tell Kenneka has hips, she's got breasts, she's got an ass on her, she's got a cute shape. And she's quite a bit bigger than Breebury, taller. Just bigger all the way around. She looks like a grown woman, like a real grown woman. So, we need to stop that right there. Alright. Younger Kenneka? Maybe. But this Kenneka right here? No. No. And this is a more current picture of Kenneka. Like in this picture, for instance. You can tell just by the age of Lenore's daughter how old this picture is. And you can see that, yes, Kenneka is smaller in this picture because she's younger. She's probably preteen here. So, yes, she is skinny and doesn't have a whole lot of shape. She looks totally different here than she does in the other picture because the other picture is more current. But you can tell by the age, roughly, or estimate, of Lenore's daughter how old this picture is. Now, back to this post here. This, they put the same comment on here, or quote under the picture. But this one has two comments. First of all, someone tagged Scoop Game. Then the next person tagged Illuminati3333 and said, I want you to look at this because I know you said you looked up her birth certificate and didn't find one, or something to that effect. Here she states Social Security Death Index has no death record. This page is full of Kenneka Jenkins information, and nobody else will listen to me. I believe this is the truth. Alright. Next post. Same day again. February 24th, 2018. Monifa is in on whatever they did because she stood in front of the bathroom mirror next to one of the Kenneka doubles while taping a video selfie of herself and same Kenneka double. From watching the hotel room party footage, there were lots of Kenneka doubles in same room as Monifa and so-called Kenneka Jenkins' other friends. So anyone connected to the KJ confusion is guilty because they lied to us about so-called KJ. Now, on the quote on this, same thing. Check on my Instagram for additional information. Kenneka Jenkins is the name of a character played by at least 3 different black girls. I don't think her real name is Kenneka Jenkins because she's not listed in the U.S. Social Security Death Index. Then they added this. The so-called Kenneka Jenkins was killed by them in March of 2017, not September of 2017. All right, so here they're saying that the so-called Kenneka Jenkins actually died in March of 2017. Now, the next day, which is February 25th, 2018, this was posted. And those that have been on the scene from the beginning, all this stuff will be sounding very familiar to you. Because I believe at least one of us has checked out these little things multiple times, okay? But because new people keep coming on the scene, a lot of these things keep getting recycled, and we keep having to show it again because they weren't here when we showed it the first time. And they weren't here when we went through all of this. All right. Ex-President of the United States, Obama, is best friends with Martin Nesbitt, who is related to Carl Nesbitt. Carl Nesbitt is Ty Rowland's father. Ty Rowland and Tanasia Walker are step-siblings through their parents' marriage. That wasn't T.Y., Tanasia, Monifa, Shemaya, Abriana, some males you saw on Zach TV, YouTube, Zach TV, Irene's first rodeo because lots of people died that night. They get away with major crimes because of their connects. Carl Nesbitt is friends with the owners of Crowne Plaza Hotel. Rosemont Mayor and Rosemont Police Chief are related. Owners of the Crowne Plaza Hotel are friends with the mayor and police chief. All right. Now, they added something to their standard thing that they put under these images. And this says, saying the ex-president of the United States, Obama, doesn't mean, quote, I support Trump, end quote. If you think saying ex-POTUS Obama means, quote, I support Trump, end quote, you are dumb and illiterate. And, they list the thing about the Social Security Death Index, and then they say, the so-called Kenneka Jenkins was killed by them in March of 2017, not September of 2017. Even the funeral home that had KJ's body didn't list a funeral date for her on September the 30th, 2017, the way they do for other deceased on their website. And then they actually they actually tagged somebody and wrote Ty Rowland's Connections. And that's it. Alright. Now, the next post says so-called Kenneka Jenkins, KJ, went to that hotel room party wearing a distinct ring that she wore everywhere. Monifa wasn't wearing a ring when she went to that same party. And then, all of a sudden, Monifa was seen wearing the same ring as KJ after KJ went missing during the same party. When KJ was found deceased in the freezer, KJ's ring wasn't on her. If Monifa doesn't have KJ's ring, she might have pawned the ring, given it to one of her friends, or thrown it somewhere. Everyone that was involved in KJ's and other victims' deaths at Crowne Plaza will either be punished by law or street justice because KJ will haunt them till justice is served. Alright. Now, they have the exact same comment under this photo that they had the previous one. And this one has 3 comments to it. The first one says, I have read that Kenneka didn't wear her ring that night, and Teresa has it, question mark. Yo Stay Woke says, that's false. The next person wrote, Zach was probably killed because he was talking too much. And that's the last of the comments on that one. Alright. Now, the next day, which would have been February 28, 2018. February 26, 2018. Sorry. This says, Lenore is also involved in so-called KJ's death. Mainstream media tried to trick their viewers again. However, I saw through the mainstream BS again. Put my phone on charge, guys. Sorry. During the KJ press conference, I noticed Lenore had a nose stud in one news clip. Then, in the next news clip, Lenore didn't have a nose stud, while in both clips, James Coleman, he also up to no good, saw him on CP surveillance hours before KJ was reported missing, stood behind Lenore. But everyone else in the KJ press conference with Lenore, from the time / wait, hold on. I've lost my place here. Press conference with Lenore. From the time / temperature to the clothes Lenore wore are the same, which means one of the Lenore's we saw on TV during that KJ press conference was a double. The two news clips put together by mainstream media as one KJ press conference with Lenore was to trick us into thinking it's one Lenore at that press conference and that they concerned about KJ. A YouTuber also noticed this after I did and posted the video on their YouTube. Said YouTuber wasn't cursing when showing the discrepancies in mentioned news clips from mentioned press conference. It was for PG, fair use, no music, and mentioned source. YouTube unpublished that particular YouTube video for no reason and wouldn't let the YouTuber re-upload it. Now, as far as that goes, that's being awful trusting. Because whoever this is relying on this YouTuber's word as being the gospel. And I just can't roll like that. So, because you don't know whether that YouTuber even tried to put the video back up. I could just tear this to pieces. But anyways, I'm not going to. But so now they're saying that there's more than one Lenore. Because in one video, there was a nose ring. In the other one, there was not. Alright. Then it jumps to March the 5th of 2018. And I think I'm going to stop it here. It's going into Andrew Holmes. And pick it back up right here. Because it's 30 minutes right now, roughly. And I just want to keep people interested. And I know the longer the video, the less interest it gets. So I'll hit you guys back with a second video. Thanks for watching.